Hi, everyone, and welcome to episode 6 of the Omniverse Chronicles Star Wars Force and Destiny. I am so excited about this episode. I'm a little nervous, I'm not gonna lie. Hi, I am Kim, and I am joined around this table by just the most amazing cast imaginable. Please go ahead and introduce yourselves, everybody.
Hi everyone, I am Andrew Mours, at Andrew Mours on Twitter if you want to follow me for pictures of my kids. And I am your game master for the Star Wars Force and Destiny arc here on the Omniverse Chronicles. Kim might be nervous, but I'm excited.
Hey, that's great. Hi, I'm Will. I'll be playing Ken Odebrand, who is very excited to do great things. Be a hero. Where's my friend gone?
Don't worry about it.
Where's my friend gone?
You don't have any friends. Nobody likes you.
Don't like that.
Wow.
Nope. Immediately don't like that.
Sorry, forgot what franchise we were in for a second.
Hi, I'm Percy Davis, Big Purse at Big Purse Universe on Twitter. Wrestler, commentator, all around good talky guy. Just remember, everyone, send all your prayers to Liam Neeson, because if you don't, you'll be committing a Qui-Gon sin. That was my bit. That was bit one. I got three more.
Oh boy!
You're
Wait, you
just
got
gonna
three
flip a
more?
dark side
There's
point?
we don't have enough episodes. Do you need to do a second one?
Yeah.
And I am Rev. You can find me over at Rev Deshane on Twitter. And I made the horrible realization as we were prepping this episode that I lost the intro for this week's episode of The Crit Show. So as soon as this is over, I'll go record that again.
Hey, exciting.
Cheers.
All right, Andrew, they're all yours.
Oh, you're all mine. That sounded ominous. So, welcome everybody to this episode. I am
I love that
so
for us.
excited. I'm excited every week because I just love this story. I love seeing what's unfolding. I love seeing the choices that these guys make, namely the choice that Kim made last week, and I can't wait to see how that unfolds later tonight. But I would like to, before we jump into the story tonight, to check in with the characters a little bit. At least, I mean, check in with three of the characters a little bit. We'll check in with one of them later. But, Rev, why don't we start with you? We're now 6 episodes into this story. Randul had a lot of expectations going into this. Where's his head at right now? Is this living up to his expectations? What's going on with him?
I think that it is a wider world than he expected. That it's not as black and white. In our first encounter, we ran into some people who, while could be easily perceived as enemies, as the dark side, really just needed someone to listen and to reach out. And so I think I think that his idea of this is what it is I'm meant to do and this is how I'm going to do it is kind of fluid right now because this was an internalized moment, but I had the realization that we get the temple back. It doesn't mean anything if it's empty. We need to find the people to fill it. So, yeah, I don't know that, one of the things that happened last episode was, cutting off a very small part of the mask. I think that was kind of connected to that idea of like, maybe what I think I'm supposed to be doing isn't what I'm actually supposed to do.
Yeah. That makes a lot of sense. I can see, how Rendul's, not his belief, but his understanding of what it means to be a Jedi, what his real mission is in all of this, is evolving over the course of what he's doing so far. I'm excited to see where he goes from here.
Yeah.
And speaking of that, on the other side of the coin that is Rendul, Utambu, this is probably Utambu's first time in any kind of real leadership position out in the field and all of that. What's going through his mind right now?
Utambu is slowly coming to realize what it actually means to be a Jedi in the sense of how others view the Force, especially having come in contact with Miss Sunrider, realizing that there are people who have been touched and actively touched back to the Force, and they're not fully devoted to it or the cause of the light side, and he is realizing that his own internal like dedication, he feels as though that might be more of a weakness, and it's actually affecting his leadership abilities, because he has always believed that the Force will guide them exactly where they must be. However, in times of crisis, in times of dealing with others, it is his words that actually shape those around him. So it's not too heavy of an internal struggle, but it is enough that he's starting to realize maybe I don't rely so heavily on the Force to guide me, because maybe I can guide me. But that's not something he has said openly yet.
Going back to that Sunrider moment too. I mean, Utambu is someone who has such a reverence for the Force as a whole. And to meet somebody like that who would just willingly shut themselves off from it and turn their back on it completely, that must have been a really that must have been like almost a shocking moment for him.
And we saw that with how he talked to her too, like kind of saying she wasn't living life to the fullest, and that he's kind of coming to realize that that's not true, because she has done a bunch of stuff. She's a politician. She's alive. She's happy. She's alive and well, which is very important. And from his own background of the Jedi saving him from poverty and having being dedicated to the Force all of his life, it was definitely a culture shock. But there is that idea of like everything still happens through the Force, and so that her feeling that way is valid. So he's coming to accept that in his own way.
Very nice. Now, how about our resident good boy who can chop off a hand and still fall further towards the light side of the Force?
Keep on smiling. Like an absolute hero, I might add.
Have you ever seen
Kanan
American
is,
Psycho?
yeah, it's on Kanan's personal playlist. No, I'm kidding. Can you imagine?
He watches it on repeat as he works out in the morning.
He listens to it at night while he's asleep on repeat.
God.
No. Kanan is feeling very much out of his depth in a way that he didn't expect to be. He was brought up on stories and tales of great heroes' adventures, amazing quests, rescuing damsels, all that sort of thing. And for most of the time when they've been there, it's been things that he never expected to fall into the he was going into this expecting a hero's journey, and he's come out of it Star Wars Episode 2 when they're talking about trade route disputes, that kind of thing. You know what I mean? So he's sat here, the warrior with the big sword, ready to slay the proverbial dragon and save the day. And so far, like, there hasn't really been a dragon to slay. So he's kind of feeling like he's feeling like the kid of the team way more than normal, because of almost feeling like dead weight in certain regards, whereas the others have more of a connection to everything that's going on. He's just kind of there, almost like lost in his own little mini fantasy, but that he knows is incongruent with what's going on around him. So he's trying to reconcile the two as best he can. But
that makes
he knows
so
that
much
he's
sense. Sorry to cut you off, but just thinking about it, Kanan's fighting abilities and his sheer raw talent has probably allowed him to sit with the big dogs, so to speak, up until this point in like training situations, combats. He's been able to really utilize those skills, but now that he's out in the fields, I mean, he's finding that he's not. There's not always situations for that, and there's other things that he has to do.
Yeah. It's 240 XP down the drain. I'm kidding. I've done some stuff. I'm good.
I'm the drink, and it's not over yet.
Yeah, I seem to remember him slashing through battle droids and getting so beat up he had to end up in a back to tank for 15 hours or something like that.
Big deal.
I don't think I'm going to need that anymore. I think I'm good. No more back to tanks for this guy.
It's a good goal, I think. When we're talking about our New Year's resolutions in a couple of weeks, Kanan's going to be not have to end up in a back to tank.
Yep. That's where his head's at.
Now, Kim.
Uh-huh.
We'll get to Laura's head later.
Okay.
It is on the floor, rolling away from her body.
I think it's time to talk a little bit about conflict, though. And conflict generated last episode. Kanan, if I recall correctly, we didn't really generate any conflict. Utabu.
I don't think so.
Same here. Same with you. Rendul, same with you. So you guys can just go ahead and roll a straight D10. Kim.
Yeah?
I gave you a choice last session to give in to the hatred that could so easily drive Laura, or to walk away. I flipped a dark side point to have it well up within you, and you chose to follow that hatred at the end of last session. So, because that is your biggest weakness in terms of the Force, and that is such a huge driver for Laura, or at least it can be. And because of her intent as she strode off towards the Jedi Temple, this seems like a pretty big deal to me.
Yeah?
So I'm going to say you generated 9 conflict.
Okay.
Last session. Woo! Everybody go ahead and roll me a d10.
We walk into meeting Laura next time, and she's just shooting force lightning out of her hands, frying children. Just younglings everywhere. Oh, that's an 8 on my point.
An 8 for the fried younglings. What does that bring you to, Will?
Brings me to 80.
80. Wow. Such a good boy.
Good boy. Yeah, good boy.
Percy.
I rolled a 1.
I think you're still the best boy, though. Doesn't that bring you to
88?
And Rev. What did Rendul get?
You're muted, Rev.
7.
7. And what does that bring him up to?
76.
76. So some very, very good people. Kim, what'd you roll?
2.
2. Minus 9 is -7.
Okay.
Woohoo.
So your morality falls by 7 points as of last episode. What does that bring you down to?
I am back down to 63.
63.
Oof.
All right. So if I'm not mistaken, that sounds like 3 light side paragons and 1 not so much.
Yep.
Am I the second goodest boy at this point? Have I got Rendul pipped?
Oh, yeah.
So that gives us 3 light side points to start with. Everybody go ahead and roll me a force die to fill out the rest of the destiny pool for this
Roll me
episode.
a dark side die.
Yes,
Roll me a
please.
dark
Roll me
side
dark
point.
side points. I need them. They're like candy.
Heck,
I
dog.
have so much I want to do, but I can only do them if you give me dark side points. Will, what'd you get?
I got 2 light side. So, bada bing, bada boom.
Kim, what'd you get?
2 dark side.
Okay,
dark
well, never
side
mind.
for Kim. Purse,
1 dark side.
1 dark side.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
and
Rev.
Rev.
2 light side.
Hey!
Oh, thank God.
2 light side. All
Yeah,
right.
Rev. Me and Rev got it covered.
7.
So we are sitting at 7 light side, 3 dark side. The pool is 10. And I think it's time to dive in. Kim, let's go ahead and roll the crawl. And we open in the night on the vast city planet of Coruscant. We start in a warehouse down in the depths of the Coruscant city. Within this warehouse, we see a sea of Shadrafan. We hear music playing and pumping, and we see bottles of wine and other boozes being passed around. And interspersed amongst these aliens, we see a Mikian named Rindual, a human named Kanan, and a Thalothian named Utambu. And you will never know the amount of panic that just flew through my head as I realized I might not remember each of your species, but I did it, and I'm proud of myself.
Hey.
Why don't you
Did
take 7 light side points?
Thank you. I'm gonna flip a dark side point. You're all human now.
No! Oh, that's fine.
As the music pumps through the atmosphere, there's a light haze just settling in over everybody. Rendul, where do we find you in the midst of all of this chaos?
I think that I am posted up against, like, I imagine it's all like crates and stuff here, that they're, old furniture and crates, kind of leaning on one of them and just chatting to a couple of the people who we have somehow managed to recruit into our wild plan.
That's true. You've managed to pull off hazy's the wrong word, an uneasy alliance with the Core Rat Syndicate. And a plan has been enacted for the next couple of days. As you're leaning against these crates, a Chandra fan makes its way up to you, elbowing his way through the others. He's a little bit taller, a little bit burlier. He has gray fur with a white patch over one of his eyes and a huge rifle strapped to his back. Hello.
How are you?
Oh, I haven't got to shoot anything tonight. I'm sad about that. I was hoping I
Well,
could shoot you.
why would you want to do that?
Oh, I don't know. I just wanted to shoot somebody.
I'll tell you a little secret. Earlier, your bosses, they had drawn some guns on us, threatening to shoot us.
Oh, I wasn't there for that.
Yeah. If they'd have pulled that trigger, that bolt never would have hit. The only thing that would have happened is their hand would have landed on the ground.
Oh, are you one of them then?
Yeah.
Well, one of these days I'm going to try to shoot you, and we'll see who's actually better at it. My name's Jake.
Nice to meet you, Jake. I like the I like the ribbing. It's been a long time since I've been around anybody who knew how to talk to us.
Well, you seem like someone who's going to fit it in just fine here in the Corax. Tell me, are you joining up permanently?
No, I'm not sure that. I'm not quite sure that I'll stay here. We're gonna help you find a new place, get you some equipment out of that temple, and hopefully turn it into something useful.
Hmm. You sure you can't give us the temple itself?
Yeah, pretty sure.
Oh, that's too bad. It's got
It's a
lots
big
of good
place.
vantage points. Yeah, it's a big place. You could give us one of the towers.
Yeah, I have a feeling that decision's above my pay grade.
Probably. Probably. Hey, listen. When we go in there, when we go and fight, are you gonna be fighting with us, or are you gonna be watching us do the work?
We'll be there. You may not see us, but we'll be there.
Fair enough, fair enough. We usually do most of the heavy lifting in all of our charters and alliances and things.
Yeah. Let me ask you a
On that
question,
note,
Jake.
Kanan is nearby having a lifting contest with another man. He's crushing it.
They're lifting other Shadra fan too, so he's got like
Yeah.
he's got like 4 Shadra fan right now. Yeah.
You pretty good with that thing?
This, he pulls the rifle off of his back. It is a standard laser rifle. And oh, you asked him a question. Throw something.
Yeah, all right. And I will finish what's left of my drink and throw it into the air.
And as you do that, he immediately swings around, aims up, and pulls the trigger and hits a ballast up on the ceiling. It comes falling down and knocks your drink out of the air, nearly crushing
Well, he just missed.
3 shots from Van on the ground as it comes crashing into the debris.
I didn't see him roll for that. I think he generated some threat.
He's that good.
He's that good. He just auto succeeds.
I was really excited for
Andrew-
just he misses completely, kills 3 of his mates, and misses the bottle. I was like,
Andrew, why are you
please give me
grabbing?
that.
Why are you grabbing?
I'll roll the dice.
Why are you grabbing so many dice? That's so many.
He's that good.
That's so Andrew. That's so
Cancels
many.
out. That
That's
cancels
Andrew.
out. That
Andrew, that's
cancels
so
out.
many.
That cancels out. That's 1 success and 1 threat. Congratulations. What do you want the threat to be, Percy?
All of the Shadra fan that he missed are mad at him now.
All right.
Oh.
So a
that
gasp
was kinda
goes
for
through
granted.
the crowd, and everyone falls silent for a second as all the heads turn towards Rendul and Jake.
Jake, did you mean to do it that way?
I hit it, didn't I?
Yeah, but did you mean to do it that way?
But I hit it, didn't I?
Yeah, no, I know. I'm trying to pay you a compliment.
I don't understand.
Instead of hitting the item I threw with that thing, you hit something else in the environment to hit it. Is that how you fight?
Yeah, it does more damage that way.
I like the way you work, Jake. Keep that in mind. If you ever see somebody, when we go in there, if you see somebody who's wielding a weapon you don't recognize, or, you know already what might be waiting in that temple, make sure you advise the people around you to do similar things. Don't shoot straight at them.
Hmm. It's a fair thought. Actually, that's the whole reason I came over here. You know what we're up against, at least you seem to. The Thrax Syndicate, the Tyrex, or whatever they are, they're a lot more powerful now than they were before. Maybe you can tell me how we deal with them.
Yeah. So the thing that you're going to need is, normally if you're storming a hallway, I think your frame of mind would be to be a wall and just push forward. You got to find ways to get next to them, behind them. Because if you're just a single group pushing forward, one plane is the easiest thing for them to defend. So if you know that place, I mean, you've been there before. You guys used to live in there. If you've got someone who knows their way around that place, the vents, the little hidden entrances, hallways, and you can come out around people, that's going to be your biggest advantage.
Oh, that's Pig. Pig's been in there. He knows all the hidden entrances, all the little ventilation shafts. I swear he likes to live practically as in ventilation shafts.
Probably nice and cozy.
Probably. Also mitigates the smell.
Yeah, but probably puts his smell into whatever room he's above. Make sure you don't get a room down, rip a pig.
It's wise words. Very wise words. And at that point, we'll cut over to Utamu. Where do we see him in the midst of all of this going on?
I believe Utamu is kind of like surrounded by varying people, like just asking him a ton of different questions about like the Jedi, all wild like speculations, like they're saying like outlandish things that he's kind of like correcting them on, which he's more than happy to just be gushing about the Force and everything. They probably think he's a crackpot, but Utamu's so nice of a lad that they can't help but ask him questions.
See, I know that's what Utamu wants to happen. I know that's what Percy wants to happen. Why don't you go ahead and make me an average leadership check to see how much of this is actually happening?
I would love to do that.
This is what I do whenever you describe what the NPCs are up to,
He's like, we'll see about that.
instead of what Utamu is doing.
Oh yeah, I'm hoping for like 8 failures, and he's just sitting here raving about the Force. Like, this guy's a nutcase. And that's 2 purple, correct? For average
Yes.
difficulty? Gotcha. And wait, I think I did too many. 1 second. Wait. Yep, I almost did 1 too many, which would have been great, because I would have been a liar. Beep. That is 3 successes, an advantage, and 2 threats.
Oh my goodness.
Okay,
That's
so one
certain
advantage and one
amount
threat
of things
cancel
have
each other
happened.
out.
Yep. So I have 1 threat. There's one guy that's getting really into it.
Nah, that's not what's happening. No, not at all. So with those successes, it's happening pretty much exactly as you suggest. You've got a crowd of maybe, I think, 8 or 9 of the core rats all sitting around peppering you with questions about the Jedi. And I think the threat is that all of a sudden you're caught off guard by a voice cutting through all the others. Well, I heard that the best way to kill a Jedi is to take away his lightsaber. And you look up and you see Pig standing a few feet away from you, your lightsaber in his hand.
That is a very noteworthy way to effectively disable us. Is that what you're saying?
That is exactly what I'm saying.
Everybody back up, make a ring.
And the Chandra fan all part. In the sea of everything going on, there is now a circle that opens up in the center of this warehouse. And Pig looks at you. Wow, I'm really excited for this use of a thread. I've never thought of doing this before. He looks at you and says,
All right, Jedi, let's see what you're made of without your precious toys.
and he tosses the lightsaber behind him and it clatters onto a crate.
I pull it with my force ability.
Jim cries in the fact that it's fucking Utambu who gets the single combat.
Yeah, Kanan sees the ring forming. He's like,
Are we fighting?
not
Are we gonna
me?
fight?
why not me?
Go ahead and roll your move check.
The idea of
Cannot
you
catch
just
a
like,
break.
you're like hanging on, like there's like ropes and you're just like, tag me.
I've got it. Seriously, he like cracks his knuckles. I can seriously do this. Like I'm good. I put effort into learning how to punch people. I got it. Every time it's like, nah, bitch,
Nah,
and
man.
just
No, man.
That's a dark side point.
oh boy.
Do you want to
And
use
you-
it?
Absolutely.
Oh, Utambu.
Let me just look at something here real quick. Okay.
That's 2 dark side points rolled today, y'all.
So, you feel the dark side of the Force coursing through you as your lightsaber flies back through the air and lands in your waiting grasp. And you genuinely believe that you have seriously impressed Pig with this display.
I think the pull of the dark side is this whisper in the back of Utambu's mind that says, this silly man, he has no idea what you are capable of. And as the lightsaber lands in his hands, he even ignites it and kind of stares at him. What was that again about? The best way to kill a Jedi?
Fair enough, Jedi.
And see that Pig doesn't have his blaster rifle on him. He pulls a vibro axe off his back and steps into the ring. Says,
All right, then. Let's see how you do with your toys.
go ahead and roll for initiative.
2 down, guys. 2 down. 2 party members down.
Kanan and Vendor.
Just
Yeah.
decapitates him.
I'm not going to
We
have
ain't got
you
any
guys
back to
roll
tanks out of here, man.
for initiative.
Oh, Okay.
I'm not going to have the two of you roll. I'm just going to have
Okay.
Utambu roll. And
Okay.
Is this cool or vigilance?
this, I think, would be... I always forget which is which. Combat is unexpected. It would be vigilance.
That one's better. Does it mean anything? No. But it's better.
What'd you get?
4 successes and 4 advantages.
Woo!
Damn.
Utambu, I'm not gonna lie, the force move ability for both Utambu and I, this is where the player and the character are interacting. We're feeling ourselves.
Successes and four. What the hell is your vigilance? All right.
Kane has been
willpower.
completely power crept.
I got
This is great.
4 willpower now because that is what I specialized in. That's what my level up was last episode or whatever. I don't know.
Well, with 3 successes and an advantage, I really thought we were going to start with an NPC slot, but we're going to start with a PC slot and then the NPC slot here. So, as this ring forms, you start to see all of the Chandra fans starting to chant around you and pump their fists in the air. Out of curiosity, is it weirder if I don't mute my mic when I sneeze and you hear it, or if I do mute my mic when I sneeze and you just see me thrash around in whatever for a
I
second?
think both options
We'll
are
assume it's
delightful.
celebrating Chandra
Yeah.
fans.
It's
Mm.
it's very polite, and I think that's what threw me off guard because I saw the rear back and I didn't see the mute, and no noise came out, and I was like, "Bro, you're gonna pop a blood
He
vessel."
sneezes completely silently.
Yeah, I will say for me, who is eventually going to turn these into audio only, keep muting.
You got it, Rev. So the Chandra fans start to chant and pump their fists, and they're excited about what is about to happen. I imagine that Rendul and Kanan, you are in the crowd, in the mix here as well. We've already heard how Kanan is feeling about this, that
Yeah,
Utambu is
Kanan's
the one.
devastated.
I'm going to say this, though. I'm not having the two of you roll for initiative, but a PC slot is still a PC slot, and you two are still present. If at any point you want to jump in and take that PC slot because you think it would be good for the combat or good for Utambu, go ahead and do it. Now, Utambu, you and Pig are circling one another. He's gripping his vibro axe and spinning it around in his hands. What do you want to do?
Then Percy wants to fight this guy, but Utambu merely wants to prove the guy incorrect. And so, realizing that attacking this poor guy with his lightsaber would be a gross level of misconduct for a Jedi, he is going to attempt to take Pig's weapon away.
Okay.
Using
Well, is that a move check?
yeah, that would be the force move power, and that's discipline. Discipline.
When you are rolling against a non-force user, you don't need to roll the actual opposed check. You can just roll your force die.
Okay. Let's hope that Utambu's not a bad boy this time. Ski rip. One light side.
One light side point.
So Utambu, you see him slide into the stance and he makes eye contact with Pig. And then he softens and sighs and holds his hand out and calls Pig's vibro axe into his left hand while simultaneously turning off his lightsaber.
Okay. Is that your whole turn?
He is going to. Is it? So that would be my move, and then is that technically a maneuver turning the lightsaber off? Or whatever?
Yeah, it
I would
is.
call
I
that
think
a
it
thing.
is, yeah.
Yeah.
It's,
Maneuver.
I have an ability that specifically means it's not maneuver for me, so it is normally one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then is. Yeah. So yeah, he's gonna just put his lightsaber away and be like, "Mr. Pig, I do not want to fight you. I merely wanted to show you what the Force could do."
Okay. That is 3 successes, 3 advantages. Awesome. So
He's just gonna beat the shit out of you now.
you say that, and as you disengage your lightsaber, Pig just jukes around you under your arm, grabs the arm that the lightsaber is in, lifting it up in the air, and presses his other hand on the back of your neck. His other hand has a stun glove on it, and he activates that stun glove, and you feel electricity just pulsing through your body. and you will take 8 points of strain from that.
That's
As
a lot
he
of
then
strain.
barrel rolls under your other arm and comes up in front of you again.
You were saying?
We're up to the top of the next round.
I love this
PC
game.
slot.
I think Kanan is finding it very hard to hold back. So unless anyone else wants to take it, he might. Utambu's like tried the peaceful thing, but Kanan remembers that these people don't really give a damn about that. So I think Kanan's of the mind to just like jump in and start going for it. So does anyone mind?
I think if I see Kanan start that, I'm gonna yell out to Utambu. Being the leader doesn't always mean talking. Everyone speaks different languages. Because I think Rendul's afraid that if you step in and fight his fight for him, they are not going to respect us or help us anymore.
Yeah. So yeah, like as he.
Yeah. In that case,
Yeah.
Kanan would like to offer a tag out at least. Is that like he'll look to Rendell for confirmation, but he'll like at least hand. Is this part of initiative or is this something I can just do?
This is, I would call this free actions happening as the electricity is pulsing through your friend's body.
Sure.
I'll look at Jake.
Just like getting shot. Just like, I do not know if you know this, but I am a conductor at this time. You do not, don't touch me. It's a terrible idea.
I mean, like he doesn't have to be like it's a you know what I mean. But he'll like stick a hand out metaphorically at least to offer the tag out if Rendell doesn't shake his head at him in disapproval.
As odd as that sounds, I think I was with Jake. We're like, Jake, you guys do champions when you do fights, or is it every man for themselves?
Oh, it depends on the fight. Why don't you,
He's just like,
Rev, go ahead and make a leadership check.
You think that I can't take this guy?
2
You think I'm-
purple and 1
Took
red.
8 strain damage. That's quite a bit.
That's not health. I'm still alive. He ain't,
It's
done,
fine.
he ain't,
Yeah.
he ain't done
No,
shit.
You can super take him.
Or, I'm sorry, 1 purple, 1 red.
Okay. One advantage and 1 failure.
Hey.
Hell no.
That's something.
It depends on what's happening. I get the feeling here, though, that Pig might kill him if someone else steps in. So, Kanan, you were doing it? What were you doing?
He's just offering the hand out for a tag. Unless Rendell like just goes like that, you know.
Yeah, I think that hearing Jake go, yeah, oh yeah, if someone steps in, he's gonna kill him. I think I saw.
Yeah. Kanan will retract the hand and just seethe.
I like the idea too that what's his name, Jake or whatever, says it loud enough too. Oh no, if he tags in, Pig will kill him.
Everyone just
Straight iced.
Just Kanan like Tombo. Yeah, so but hearing that from Rendul of all people, that kind of like Utambu kind of he takes a second to catch his bearings, and then he looks to a crate nearby,
Okay.
and smirks and is going to toss that at him.
Okay, go ahead and roll your move check.
That bet like a so just the force die and then the check, or which one?
So that would go ahead and roll a force die and a ranged attack. This is ranged heavy.
Okay, and so skew. Oh, that's 1 dark side point, and Utambu's gonna use it because Utambu, as he took that shock, and he hears Rendul say that too. The conversation with Sunrider rings out into his head, and the voice, the sentence of "You're going to get that boy killed," causes him to reach out and feeling the same amount of I guess power that he thinks the Sith who or I can't remember the Mary Lucas name. I apologize.
Kadal.
Kadal.
Remembering what Kadal did to him with the Bacta tank, he looks to a crate, a container they have nearby, and asserts his will over that and sends it hurtling at Pig. And you said it is a ranged attack.
Sorry, I was wrong. Ranged light in this case. But since you are currently engaged with Pig, that is an average check.
Okay. And I used discipline for that since this is the force power.
No, you use ranged light.
So what is that?
Where is ranged at on skills?
I'm sorry, under
That's
combat
under combat
skills. I know Utambu
Yeah.
doesn't use combat skills.
I
But
see.
Yeah,
if
'cause
you look,
I was always under the assertion that using force powers was using the force checks as your attack. Where are you?
Does the power not specify how it's used? Little segment there.
That's what I thought it said. I don't know.
so different force powers require different checks in order to enact them. Some don't require an actual check at all, they just require rolling a force die, but a move check is an attack roll in this sense. So move can have a few different things. If you're attempting to move a person against their will, that is an opposed discipline check. If you're actually throwing something at a person, that's a ranged check, etc., etc.
Sick. So what am I rolling? That's what I'm not seeing.
Ranged light
Uh,
is a skill. It's tied to your agility.
Okay.
Yeah, so your points in agility against 2 purple.
Okay. So 2 purple and 2 green. That'll be fun. And I am going to flip a destiny point to boost it. Because Utambu is real mad. And reaching out, he feels something he has not felt before.
Force courses through you as it comes to your aid in this check.
3 successes and 1 threat.
Beautiful. Okay, so your threat is that as you do so, it hits Pig right in the back. You're here, he's here, the crate is here, and you pull it towards the two of you. It smashes into his back and then smashes him into you. You take 1 strain as he collides with you. And you deal 3 successes, you said? 13 points of damage to him.
Oh, was that not a silhouette 2 thing? Because that's what my strength's at. My strength's at. I have 2 flips in that, so it would be 20.
No, actually. Let's go
You're just like,
into
this
how.
guy's being mean to you, and you just straight, it's like, okay, smash his paste.
Let's go into how those pips work. I'm going to pull up the move tree, and we're going to walk through it just for a second. Not in depth, but how those pips work is that it means spend a point to do this, spend a point to do that. You need to have enough points in your pool generated from what you roll in order to do each thing. So when it says spend a light side or dark side point to increase the silhouette, you have to have that point available. You already spent 1 point to enact the power itself. I only heard 1 dark side point in your pool. Is that correct?
Yes.
So you only have 1 point to use. You can't spend something to increase the silhouette that you can throw because you don't have any more points in your pool. That makes sense?
Oh, interesting. So if you had like 4 light side points and had bought 3 of those upgrades, you could throw a silhouette 4 object or silhouette 3.
Exactly, but your roll has to generate that many points. So this is something that will happen as your force rating increases, and why most people try to get that force rating up as fast as they can when they play this game. I played with my brother once, and he spent everything he could do to get his force rating up to 4. And then he was just succeeding at everything, but that was all he dedicated his character to. And then I killed his character. So,
Let that be a lesson.
getting back to the action, you are not able to throw a silhouette 2 item, but you were able to throw a silhouette 1 item. So a crate about the size of a person, a crate about the size of Pig, collides with his back, and you deal 13 points of damage to him, as opposed to 23. I'm sorry, but Kadal has more force points than you do. Now,
I love it.
NPC slot, unless you have a maneuver you want to do.
Do I have one more I want to do? Oh yeah, I'll do a guarded stance.
Beautiful.
Because now I know this guy is dedicated to whooping my ass, I might as well stop. Stop.
You hear from the ground at your feet,
Apparently, we're playing for keeps.
and he is going to reach out and grab at your ankle with his shock blow. He's going to spend a maneuver to aim. You said you took a guarded stance to increase your defense?
Yes, sir.
This is the fun of playing with dice
He
and not
drops them
rolling
so
online,
high.
building your pool.
That's so many dice, Andrew. It's always so many dice.
It is always so many dice. And well, all of my bad dice generated 1 threat in all of that. And all of my good dice, well, the threat was canceled out, and then they generated 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 successes.
Well, later, Tambo.
So electricity
Deuces.
once again courses up through your body, starting at your leg and pulsing up through your nervous system into your brain. You take 13 points of strain. What's your strain threshold?
Oh, not enough. I am at that'd be like -10.
And Utambu hits the ground unconscious. Pig puts his foot on Utambu's back as he stands up, raises his hands in the air, and all the Shadrafan around him cheer. I'm going to toss this out just to see if there's anything Kanan or Rendul want to do. And I should point out too. Sorry, Rev. I
No,
know
what were you gonna say?
I tossed it to you and then I cut you off because
Anyone want to do anything? Also,
Say what you're going to
I
say,
just-
Andrew.
I like
what
talking
he's
so
gonna say.
much that I stop talking and then immediately I'm like, wait a minute, but I like talking. So it's a good time to explain real quick how strain works. The strain is a resource that everybody has. It's different from the wounds that you take. Weapons that do stun damage directly do damage to your strain, and you can spend your strain to do different things in battle. You can take different actions and different things to regain strain, so it's sort of a pool that goes back and forth. But once you hit your strain threshold, you pass out. You're not dead, you're not dying, you're not bleeding, you're gonna be okay. It's just you're hitting the end of your rope, much like I do every day around 3 p.m. So, Utambu
Mood.
hits the ground. Rendul, Kanan, what do you want to do?
What is Pig doing? Because honestly, I'm watching to see what his next move is
He picks
to
up.
like tell Kanan to go.
Kanan is like just looking
Yeah,
dead
yeah.
eyes at Rendell for like a fucking go sign.
Yeah.
Leader 1 is down. Leader 2, what do we do?
He picks up the vibro axe and he picks up Utambu's lightsaber and ignites it, raises them both in the air, and says,
I am Pig, the Jedi Slayer! None can defeat me!
Yeah, I give Kanan the head nod.
Okay,
And as
yeah, I'm going
I
for
do,
it.
I'm gonna yell out, "Oh, you did pretty good against our moral compass and our leader. Let's see what you do against one of our actual fighters."
Fucking going for it.
all right,
I don't know
Kanan,
why I turned Scottish when I was yelling.
It's when I get completely like nutted as well.
that's how you do against one of their fighters.
Our moral compass is down. Now he's sending a fucking hammer.
Alright, Kanan, go ahead and roll for initiative.
You fought the olive branch.
Right.
Now you're gonna fight the sickle.
All right.
For you, it
So
would be
that
cool.
is- Yeah.
Because
Okay.
combat's
I'm
expected
okay.
here.
I'm okay. Cool.
Kanan's a pretty cool
Is there any like downsides to anything, or is it just
No,
my
it's
dice?
just a straight
Okay.
roll. And I'm going to roll Pig's Vigilance because he
Um,
doesn't expect combat.
Okay. Cool. Okay. As bad as I can reasonably expect.
What'd you get?
2 successes, 2 advantages.
And I have 2 successes, 1 advantage. PC slot, Kanan, you got this. What do you want to do?
I'm just checking. Here's what I'm thinking. I could go at him with my lightsaber, on stun mode, of course, or I could go at him with just bare knuckles to see if he's to see if he's going to be a little, if he's going to show like his face to his men fighting someone bare knuckles with 2 weapons. No, they don't give a shit about honor. So yeah, no, let's go this. Let's do this. Lightsaber up on lightsaber up on stun mode. He's gonna charge at him. He's gonna like do it in a way that like he's not backstabbing the guy or anything, because that's not how he wants to let this go down. But he's just like sword out free action ignite because I'm awesome. And he goes single combat. My prime. I didn't practice this one. And he says that. And then, yeah, I'm
so
just
thought
gonna.
you were going to say prime directive there, and I was going
No.
to.
I wasn't quite that on it, unfortunately. I will take the. What's his immediate reaction to that?
He does not have time to do a real reaction. I mean, he turns to greet you, and I think raises both weapons aloft in a challenging stance, as if to say, "Come at me, bro."
That's exactly what I'm asking for. I'll take the aim maneuver to get +1. Actually, no, wait. I'll take guarded stance because I'm probably going to hit him anyway. So +1 melee defense and plus a black to his combat checks against me. Right. So I'm going to also use control brawn to commit to roll a force die and commit it to my brawn to increase my brawn category to 6.
Beautiful.
Because I'm fucking ripped. That's a light side point, so I'll take the light side point.
So that's a lot of brawn, boy.
Yep. So yeah, my brawn category is very big. So and I'm going to hit him with my lightsaber. Again,
Roll
stun mode.
away.
Okay.
Average check.
Okay. Hey. Okay. That's 4 successes and 3 advantages.
So, okay. Those 3 advantages could be used to crit if you wanted to, but first, tell me what kind of damage you're doing.
Non-lethal. Not trying to hurt him.
Oh, yeah, I meant how much.
Oh, 8 plus I'd say 4 successes. Yeah, 8 plus 12. Ignoring his armor.
All right. So, paint me a picture here. He doesn't go down from this, but you're going to leave
Okay.
him staggering. What does this look like as Kanan dives in?
This looks like I feel like Kanan doesn't have any like actual malice in his face. I don't think his goal here is to humiliate the guy. I think his goal is to make the guy realize, hey, like you attacked our guy who doesn't use weapons. Good job. This is a fucking Jedi Knight. These guys can say they're Jedi Knights and like never hit anyone and like preach peace and shit. I'm a knight. This is what being a knight really is. It's having an awesome huge sword and it's hitting stuff real hard and it's being a goddamn hero while you're doing it. That's a fucking knight.
Right
So
on the
that's
heels
what
of our
he's
conversation at the top of this about Kanan
Yeah.
realizing that there's more to life than hitting things.
and he realized,
This
nope,
is-
I was right all along.
Oh no, we've just given him negative reinforcement.
Yep. Can
Maybe
I
I should-
spend my advantages to just like give that impression? Because I'm not trying to like, because these guys are our allies, right? I'm not trying to show them up. I'm trying to make them like, hey, this guy, we mean fucking business. We're not just like prissy bitches who like preach force. Nah, we hit, we can kick ass, right? Can I just spend all my advantages to just do that? Is that okay?
You could.
I just want to look cool
We're-
as shit to these people.
To prove we're not just pretty bitches.
Yeah.
All right.
These
I
guys don't
like
give a
it.
shit about like being like, oh, force. These guys are like gangers who like have no
Here's-
problem stabbing people in the back for their stuff, right?
Here's how those advantages play out then. You lay this guy out. Like, you take a swing with your massive lightsaber and it just clocks him right in the side, and he goes flying through the air, flipping 2 times before landing barely on his feet, panting. And all of the gang members around you look at you. There's a silence that falls over them for a second. Then they erupt in cheers once again. Just, yeah!
And Kanan, as he finishes his swing, looks towards the audience, smiles, and goes, "Avenging Arc," because he's named his fucking attack.
This is just Kanan's anime, and we're the fucking side characters. Okay, I get it now.
I waited 7 episodes to be an anime protagonist, guys. You don't know how long it's been. I've spent 240 XP into doing this and nothing else.
And in that,
I'm
he's
going
going
to
to
fix.
drop, in keeping with the anime theme, he is going to drop the weapons on either side of him and do a barrel roll, or no, a somersault forward, springing himself up and attempting to clock you in the side of the face with his foot. Just
He
kick
has,
you and knock you off balance. I've got the
he
black
has
die
plus
from
1
your...
black and 2 melee defense.
Oh,
So 3 black die?
this might not work, guys.
Do a
I
barrel
forgot
roll.
I forgot about my melee defense, but it's
Yeah, 3 black die on that, I think.
dramatically better.
All right. Okay, so that cancels out that, and that cancels out that. So that is 1 success and 5 advantages.
Jesus.
Advantages.
That's a lot.
So
I'll be fine.
he deals 8 damage to your strain from this.
Harry. Oh, it doesn't. Yeah, it costs me 3 strain to use, and I reduce it by 4, so I'll only take 7.
Okay, awesome. And I apologize. It was not strain. It was wound threshold because it's a straight up attack. It's not his shock glove.
Oh, then I take
So-
like fuck all, so I'll take 4 damage.
So how much do you soak of that? Because your brawn is now 6.
Yeah. So my soak is 6, and I parried it, so I don't take any damage. If I'm right. So yeah, my soak is 6, and I parried it to reduce the damage by 4. So yeah, he did nothing to me.
It's that moment in the martial arts film where someone leaps up and kicks someone in the face, and you see that they just don't move, but the foot breaks.
Yeah. Yeah, like Endgame, where like Thanos like headbutts like Captain Marvel. It's that with Kanan. He's like,
Yeah.
fucking on then. Actually, my soak isn't 6, it's 7 because my it's 6 because of my brawn, but I also have I had +1 to my brawn, so my soak is 7. So yeah, I super don't take any damage. There's
Beautiful.
even more just no sell for this guy.
So the foot comes swinging around, and we just hear this as it collides with the side of Kanan's face, his chiseled face. All right.
Cut
We see
yourself
his
on
jaw
those
flex.
cheekbones.
He is
Yeah.
going to land in a Black Widow pose in front of you, which I will call his guarded stance
Yeah.
for his maneuver. So take a black die on your next attack against him, and it is
Sure.
your turn, Kanan.
Same thing. No need to fix something. I'll guard a stance as well, and I'm gonna lay this fucker out.
Yeah.
With a lot of dice. Again, attacking strain. Oh my. 1 black dice. I don't. Okay, yeah. Rolling on my phone. Oh, 6 successes, 1 advantage with the black dice as well. That's included that. So that's 14 points of strain damage to him. So, Mon then.
All right.
Square
Paint me a
black.
picture. Paint me a picture that ends with him flying into the crowd.
Okay. He's like kicked me inside of the face. And like Kanan like moved to the side, and I'm gonna just rip off Endgame here. And he like looks at his face, like touches it, and it's like this slightly a bruise. And he goes, "All that for not more than a bruise." He takes his sword and he goes, "Streaming burst of destruction!" and just fucking lays this guy straight out into the fucking stratosphere.
He flies up into the air, hits what remains of the ballast, and comes crashing down into the crowd of Shadrafan.
And I think that like I'm standing there with Jake, and I'm like, see, our guy's a pretty good fighter. And I pivot 1 foot to the side as he comes crashing down between Jake and I.
That's amazing.
Oh god.
And at this point, the
240 XP well spent.
Shadrafan are just going insane at this point. There are screams, there are cheers, and the crowd, the circle that was there, has now disappeared as everyone just swarms in on Kanan, jumping up around him, patting him on the back. And I imagine that they're just stepping over Utamba's unconscious body to do
Can I have spent my advantage from the end of my last thing to after I laid the attack? I scooped down with like 1 hand and just Utamba's like on my shoulder. And then I'm doing like this pose when like stood with like he's over my shoulder, my sword's like to my side, like dramatically. I'm looking at Utambu like and then whoosh, I retract the saber as they swarm us.
I think I've seen that on a romance novel cover.
He is 100% copying a pose that he's seen in the book, by the way.
Yeah. Somehow
Just straight up.
Caden's dense absorbing armor actually has the chest ripped open, and you can see the hair and the bulging muscles.
Oh,
Oh my goodness.
you were looking for
All
a
right.
damsel to save, buddy.
Jake instinctively shoots Pig as he falls.
I'm glad you called that out.
Oh shit, that got me.
Oh my gosh. All right. Well, I love everything about this moment. Kanan and Utambu, though, you can go ahead and roll me either a discipline or a cool check to recover strain.
I spend like 3, so I'll do. Believe it or not, I think Kanan's actually got decent discipline. Yeah, he's actually got training in this. Believe it or not.
I believe it. It takes a lot of discipline to whoop wholesale ass for half price. Like, goddamn.
3 successes.
All right, you recover 3 strain.
Just Kanan going absolutely mad on these lads.
Love it. 5 successes. 1 advantage.
Okay. And Utambu recovers 5 strain. So that is, I mean, that's enough for Utambu to wake up. You drop down from your strain threshold and you come to in Kanan's beefy arms. I should have just said in Kanan's arms. Oh,
No,
well,
You had to make it. You had to
no,
make it
you're
weird.
no, you're right. Even Utambu's kind of like,
It's right, yeah.
oh my god, you really do work out so much.
What I can bring to the table. You guys know all the stuff. I can lift things really well.
Oh, I forgot I'm draped over your
But that
arms.
is-
So I'm looking at you like this. Can you put me down now, please?
Kanan is like just going on a monologue. He's like, that is the role of a hero, to be there and be the bulwark that stands tall. And he's just doing his monologue while you're like saying, put me down. And like,
And at
it
this-
takes him a minute to like realize that you're speaking, and then he lets you down to your feet.
oh no. Because at this point the Chandra fan have lifted Kanan up on their shoulders. So Kanan is monologuing, lifted up on top of the crowd, and Utambu is over Kanan's shoulder in his beefy arms up in the air. And
Descending
don't-
to the heavens.
I can't let go of this picture. You can't put Utambu down. What are you talking about? No. But
Fine, I won't.
the 3 of you have now at this point garnered so much goodwill amongst the Chandra fan. As the night progresses, Jake is patching up Pig, and by patching up, I mean he has set him up on one of the crates, and he's positioning his arms in different poses as Pig is just completely unconscious, and they're stacking things on top of him and making living artwork out of him for the rest of the night. What do the 3 of you want to do? I'm just gonna open it up to suggestions because this is a
Do
party.
you actually have a question?
Yeah.
Is Tombu down any wounds at all?
No.
I
Is
just
it
got
all
electrocuted.
strain?
Yeah, just got
Okay.
electrocuted, dog. Nothing.
I'm also referring to like things from like other fights, like anything at all that's lingering, because wounds don't auto heal, that kind of stuff.
No.
Okay.
I was all backed it
No.
up, and then nothing bad happened to me. I just got electrocuted.
No. You got the big zap.
We'll walk it off.
No, easy thing to recover from. I cannot feel my left leg, but I in my unconscious state, I swear I heard a venging slash, and then I heard a whoosh.
Changing arc.
Arc. Okay, there it was. Okay.
It's my counterattack maneuver. Can't.
See, this is why I wish I could name these episodes after we record them, because I have to put an episode title in the opening crawl. But if I didn't, the title of this would have been Avenging Arc. Now,
Oh, sorry.
I'm sorry that we didn't send you the scripts in advance.
next time.
Yeah, you definitely
What?
missed your cue last time, Kanan. Like, don't let it happen again.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I mean, like they come by at like 3:00 in the afternoon at that point. That's your time. For me, it's like 8, and all the libraries are closed. There's no printers. It's a real hassle.
You print your screen. No. Utambu looks at Rendul, and he just looks at him, and he's just like, I always thought the path of least resistance was the way to go, and it seems even with resistance, I'm not much in a fight.
Well, and I think just looking at the crowd around Kanan, we've all got our roles to fill.
I can't lie. I enjoyed that. I'm enjoying the power that the Force is guiding us all to. I would be remiss in saying, though, that I was not aware
of what this kind of temptation does, Rendul. We need to be careful with our next set of foes. We have seen what one of them can do, and we have heard horrible tales of what the others can. We can't do what I just did. We cannot sink to their level. And you see a severity in Utambu's eyes that you have never seen before. There's an edge. He learned something from this fight.
Well, we've talked this group into joining us. I think that they also learned a very important lesson. You know, Kanan jumping in there, it wasn't just about him and Pig. We just got a whole room full of people who truly understand what they might be up against.
I know the majority of them are criminals and such, but we also must mitigate their losses as well. They are foolhardy, they are loud, they are obnoxious, but they have good hearts. We must do everything we can to protect them as well.
Yeah, I was talking with one of them earlier, giving him some advice on how to move through the temple. Actually, very glad that Pig is still alive. Once he comes to again, I think he's going to be a big help to their tactics getting in. Apparently, he knows the ins and outs of that place really well.
That is good. We're going to need to go in as quiet as possible and then cause some kind of distraction from the inside. I hope that my actions today have not soured his mood too much towards us, but we need to speak to him about that as soon as possible. We need a way to sneak in.
Do you think that when they go in, try to take this place, that one of the siblings is going to be there, leading that force to defend? Jake, the one with the big gun, he asked me if we were going to be there fighting with them. I wonder if we're sending them to the slaughter if at least one of us doesn't go with them.
That would be a wise decision. I wonder if the Thrax Syndicate, despite whoever their leadership is, I wonder if on the same level of respect that the Korats just gave us, I wonder if they could be baited into single combats. If we could have Kanan. Oh. And Utama kind of like the Sunrider's words like ring out in his ears again in regards to his foolhardiness is going to get him killed, that he wanted to be a hero, get him killed. He's like, maybe we just all go inside. We find another way. They know what they are getting into.
Yeah, Kadal. I don't think single combat's going to be a good idea. We've tried to fight Kadal, all three of us. She seems to be pretty scared of those siblings, and she messed us up pretty good.
Together then. No matter what.
Yeah.
On those words, we're going to fade to black. And fade up in a dark alley on the planet of Coruscant. We pan upwards and see the steps of the Jedi Temple standing before us against the night sky. And in those shadows of the alley, we see a single shadow moving, almost imperceptible amidst everything else. Kim, what's going on?
Do I do I see anyone out front of the temple?
Why don't you go ahead and give me an average perception check?
Okay.
Take one setback die because it is night.
Sure. Uh, 3 successes, 2 threats.
Okay. So you have no problem seeing that there are 2 guards posted up at the top of the stairs. They keep moving to and fro as if they're doing a patrol. And you think that you could easily slip in when they are not there.
Then that's what I do.
Okay. So Laura silently makes her way up the steps. I'm going to, don't worry, you'll get a chance to roll your stealth because I know you're very good at it. But I don't think it's necessary at this juncture. Laura is just so good at this that I think she has no problem effortlessly moving silently up the steps and making her way to the base of the Jedi Temple. You get there at a time that you coordinated perfectly to see the 2 guards off at the distance, nowhere near the stairs as you make your way to the top, and you can see the main entrance to the temple standing in front of you. It is empty. You can hear the silence of the night just laying on top of you and the city all around. Normally, Coruscant is a place with a constant hum, but at this moment, it is dead silent.
I'm here. I'm here for one reason and one reason only, and it's to find that Zabrak. So I just walk in. I'm just looking for him, for where I think he might be. Hell, if I see anyone around, I'm just gonna ask.
You make your way into the temple. It opens up before you, and you see great pillars on either side of the main hall, holding the tower up all around you. And as you make your way in, you see that this is where a lot of the gang is staying. You make your way in, you duck behind a pillar, and you see bedrolls out in the distance. You see it almost looks like a little shanty town set up in there. There are tents. There is what looks like a quartermaster. There is areas where people are working on droids and other pieces of machinery, or at least they would be during the day. But right now, the silence pervades throughout everything. And it looks as though most people are asleep.
I want to use one of my force powers.
What do you want to do?
I would like to try to use my misdirect and assume the form of the Twi'lek girl that I saw here, Marcella.
All right. Go ahead and roll it.
Two light side.
Light side points. Okay, you have no problem doing it.
Yeah, so I assume that, guys, and then I just want to shake one of these people awake.
All right. So you make your way over the first bedroll you see, and you shake a woman awake. You see a human woman in her late 50s with her hair messily tossed to the side. She starts awake.
Marcella, is that you?
Hey, I, I have a message for Fien. Do you know where he is?
What, do you want to get yourself killed?
Not especially. That's why I gotta find him soon.
Not his keeper, but last I heard he was down in that makeshift dungeon that they made out of the library.
Right. Okay, thanks. Sorry for waking you.
So that happens all the time.
I'll head in that direction.
Right. You head down the hall, start making your way through this little setup. And soon you see the blue glow of the hollow records of the Jedi library echoing through the air. I love to use that word echoing in ways that it does not actually make sense. But you see the blue glow of these hollow records. You recognize it to be a library. Why don't you now go ahead and roll me a stealth check
Sure.
and do it against, hang on one sec, it's going to be an opposed check against 2 reds.
Okay. Four successes.
4 successes. Beautiful. So you move quickly and silently. You don't seem to be garnering any attention as you do. And as you slip behind one of the walls of hollow records, you see a tall human woman with flowing red hair and a long purple robe, standing at a table, discussing something with a Zabrak, large, muscular, and threatening. You can't hear what they're saying, but you just hear the soft hum of voices going back and forth.
I want to try to sneak closer towards the Zabrak.
Go ahead and roll me that stealth check again.
Yep. Four successes again.
Right. So in all of this, why don't you tell me, where is Laura? Where are you hiding? You get close enough to overhear what they're saying, but tell me what your hiding place looks like.
Sorry, explain the room that they're in again.
So you're in a large room. Picture a library,
Okay.
basically, but instead of shelves of books, you see the glowing blue shelves of hollow records. It basically looks like a bookshelf when I describe that, stretching across at all sides. In the center of the room, you see a circular table where this woman and the Zabrak are talking. And there are several more tables stretched all throughout, and some chairs here and there. Mostly you see lots of pillars and lots of these shelves.
Oh, I love me a pillar. Let's just be behind a pillar.
All right. So you duck behind a pillar, and your slight frame fits perfectly on the other side of it. You hear this woman talking. Careful, Fien. Your excitement might get your pet killed.
That is the only way we learn. That is the only way pets ascend.
One of these days, you're going to learn when to use a metaphor and when to extend it and when to move on to talking about what you're actually talking about. Look, Fien, I'm just saying he could be of use to us. Don't eviscerate him. At least not so soon.
Do you know, when I was first trained, I was tossed into a pit with a Tyrantotech. One of us emerged alive, and it was not the beast. That is how we prove a metal. I have no beasts with me now. I only have myself. If he is going to be of use to us, he will not die. Very well. Do things your way. Just honor what I ask, and don't let him die. Or at least if you do, alert me, that I might bring him back before it's too late. And she spins, her cloak fluttering over the table as she does, and she strides out of the room.
So it's just the two of us in this room now?
As far as you know.
I come out from behind the pillar. Where's my brother's body?
I didn't know you had a brother, little Twi'lek.
I drop the illusion.
Ah! So it is you. You are either very brave or very stupid, young one. Perhaps both. One does not necessarily preclude the other.
I pull out my blaster and I point it at him. My brother's body.
Such confidence when holding a toy.
Why don't you go ahead and make me a coercion check with your blaster? Since you're trying to be intimidating, the difficulty for this will be... four. Purple.
1 failure, 3 threats.
Oh, man. And 3 threats is just enough for me.
That's not great.
He laughs, and before you know it, he has something in his hand that he whips at you real hard. You don't even see what it is right away, but it strikes you in your gun hand, and the blaster goes clattering to the floor.
Children should not play with grown-up toys.
That's fine. That's why I always bring a backup. And I pull out the lightsaber.
Oh,
I fully thought we were just going to pull out a second pistol. I was about
Not
to
in
just...
my inventory.
So,
Keep pulling out pistols.
Infinite
Just keeps-
blasters.
just like Mexican standoff. Is that what it's called? No, the disarming thing. Just that, but with... Sorry, I'm interrupting.
They have all kinds of weird stuff over there across the pond.
I think you're
Kinds of
referring
things.
to Mexican jumping beans. No. He draws his lightsaber in response, igniting the red blade that clashes with the blue of the hollow records.
so you are stupid then. Good to know.
And he reels back for a second before leaping over the table in front of him towards you. Go ahead and roll for initiative, Kim.
Okay, is this with which stat?
This would be cool because I think you expected a combat here.
I did, yes.
Kim?
Yeah?
Buddy, I'm gonna make a plea
Uh-huh.
for you to not die.
I am going to.
How many light side tokens we got to flip just have Kim not die in this situation?
I would like to flip 6 light side. Kim was never there. It's all a dream.
You have 6 at your disposal, and I will take this opportunity to say too, since the party is split, that light side points are flipped by the players, not the characters. If you want to intervene and you have a cool idea of how you want to intervene, flip that point, even if you're not there. Kim, what did you get for your initiative on your cool check?
2 successes, 1 advantage.
I got 1 success and 3 advantages. Player slot first. You go. What do you want to do? As this Zabrak leaps over the table and lands before you in a combat pose with his lightsaber in his hand.
I would like to use my misdirect to turn invisible.
Beautiful. Go ahead and roll it.
A light side point to get like the fire alarms going off and like the sprinklers turn on.
1 dark side, but I'm
Yeah.
using it.
Yeah.
You feel your hatred for this Zabrak coursing through you as you just disappear from his view.
And not just from his view, I am unable to be perceived.
Beautiful. Do you want to take a maneuver as well?
So yes, I'm going to move on the just away from him. I want to I ideally try to find my blaster.
I mean, it's pretty close to you. You would have no problem moving over to wherever it landed.
Yeah, I want to do that.
All right. Beautiful. Then he is going to chuckle. Come out, little mouse. And he steps over to the pillar that you were standing at and just slices through it with his lightsaber. You are clearly not there, but his lightsaber goes through one side and out the other, and you can see the stone of the pillar melting where the blade hit. I could do this all night. Kim, it is your turn. What do you want to do?
I feel like I'm in a video game boss battle.
When you walked into like with half health and like all of your
Yeah.
consumables that you used on the previous fight.
Remember, you gotta go for the glowing orange spot. That's the weak point.
You're
Wait,
fighting blue at the Elite Four and you've got no full scores left.
I want to pick up my blaster and shoot him. I would like to shoot him.
All right. At this point, you become visible again as it hits the start of your next turn. Go ahead and roll me a ranged light attack at short range. That is 1 purple.
Cool, 1 purple. Do I get any boosts to this because I'm coming out of the stealthiest stealth?
I mean, I think that's awesome. Go ahead and take a boost from that.
Cool. Let me just double check that I've got everything right. Seems appropriate. 5 advantages, 1 failure.
Oh.
All right. Lay out those advantages for me as the shot goes wild. What good stuff do you want to happen?
Oh boy. I can't flip a destiny point after the fact, can I?
You cannot.
Whoop.
Neither can Will.
That was me. That was you flipping a dark side. Here's my dark side. Will's not in the game anymore.
Yeah, and now that means that my windows are real interesting.
Maybe
This
share.
is the corner of my mouth, everybody. How are you?
If someone shares a screen.
Here, let me. Or
Everybody
you know what?
clear
I
off.
should not be the one to share a screen because last time I did that, it destroyed my computer.
That's fair.
What if we all, let's see, I'm in the upper left, so I'll move down a little bit more. Rev, you move up a little bit more. We'll all just be one face.
Calibrating. All right. This isn't as elegant, but I do have us all on a screen now.
There we go. Oh,
Hi,
he's back.
everybody.
Oh, he's back?
Yeah, Discord just like restarted on me, so I'm really sorry.
No problem.
Fine.
Okay. It was like, yo, guys, what if? And it would just.
All good.
So, Laura is dead.
No. Not
Oh,
yet.
that isn't what we missed?
Nope. So can I flip a light side to try to make that roll a little better?
No, you
Okay.
cannot, because the roll has been made. You can flip a light side point to do something else if you want something else good to happen.
Ooh.
But you also have 5 advantages that you can play with.
I do have 5 advantages. Let me look at what all I can do.
Kick him in the nards.
Wolfman's got gnarls.
Since you are not engaged,
Someone
you
got
cannot...
it! Yes!
Bro,
I've
I'm
been
a
waiting
pro
years for someone to get that joke.
Bro, I'm a pro wrestler. Come on.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
I should tell you
Wolfman's
too,
got nards. Sorry.
if you're looking at the cheat sheet
Mhm.
for things that you can do with advantages, those are advantages after a successful attack.
Gotcha.
So like, you can't make him drop his weapon,
Damn it.
etc., when you miss the
Seemed like a
shot.
good idea.
Unfortunately, you have to use these narratively.
Oh boy. I don't know what to spend five things on. I'm open to suggestions from other from
Do you have her
y'all.
invisibility like last through the shot? Like it extends for a little bit longer? Is that a thing that she could do?
I mean, you've got 5 advantages. I would accept 3 for that.
Okay, yeah.
But didn't she? Oh no, never mind. I'm not gonna talk against this.
Don't
Rev,
ruin
shut
this
up.
for
For
me.
all the help she's got. Rev's about here to actually his own party member to death.
You get to GM in a couple of days, Rev.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I would like to try to maintain hold of my invisibility just a little bit. And can I spend the other 2 advantages to maybe just move a little bit, like to just move kind of out of the direction from where that blaster bolt came?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, you can do that to one of the things you can do with advantages is perform an immediate free maneuver. So
Yeah.
you appear just briefly firing a shot and slip back into the ether as you roll away from that spot, and he dives towards where you were and leaps up high into the air and comes down with his lightsaber pointed towards the ground, burning a hole right into the space where you stood, but you are no longer there. And it is your round again. What do you want to do?
I shoot him again,
All right.
and I'm flipping a light side point.
Beautiful. 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 I love this. You guys spend the session giving me a nice pool to use, and then I kill your brother. Wait, no. Go ahead and roll your attack.
2 successes, 2 advantages.
Okay. All right. So what kind of damage are you doing with that?
My blaster is a damage of 5, so I'm doing 7.
Okay. Some sauce.
Yeah. And then I would like to spend my advantages. Can I spend both of them to take 2 movements?
Yes.
Just fucking bolt to the other side of this room, like as far away from him as possible.
All right. Beautiful. So you said 7 damage?
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. So your blaster catches him right in his exposed arm. He looks at it right where it hits him, smiles, and then locking eyes with you, starts bounding over to where you are. He is going to spend strain to perform an additional maneuver as well as he closes the gap with you and takes a swing with his lightsaber.
Okay. I am going to.
Mhm.
I'm going to take a strain to take the dodge action. So you're going to upgrade the difficulty of the check by 1.
Consider it upgraded. That cancels out that. That cancels out that. Good move. That is 2 successes and 1 advantage that he gets. And I made a mistake. I feel like I should admit my mistakes when I make them. You know when Will disappeared and everything went screwy? Someone said someone should share their screen. And without thinking of it, I clicked on it. I didn't notice that the window popped up in the background, and now my computer is going haywire on me. And is very, very angry because I clicked that button, even though I have not actually shared a screen. That is just me vamping as I get to his stats, because it is taking forever to get to his stats on my computer right now. So he takes a swing with you and deals 8 points of damage with his lightsaber.
Cool.
And that bypasses all of your soak.
Uh-huh. Cool. Still up.
And it's your turn.
Kick his ass.
Oh, I sure would like to.
It's all you, girl.
Listen, I don't know a lot about this game, but looking at the character art, I almost feel like Kim is fighting the person designed for Kanan.
Yeah, kind of feels that way, huh?
I can't wait for them. I can't wait for them to meet face to face. And Kanan's just like, you don't look so tough.
This is just a session of people fighting adversaries meant for Kanan.
It's true.
I spent
how
so many
Destiny
XP to be
points?
good at something.
How many Destiny
And
points do we have
everyone
to
else is
spend
doing it.
for Kanan to be right outside of this library waiting
Just
to be tagged
suddenly
in?
here.
All of them that you have left.
No.
Yeah, but then it's like they've only got 10 left, and there's no narrative reason for him to be there because he's getting fucking hero worshipped.
He is, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
I dare
boy.
you, though. Give me a pool of 10.
At this blow, I stagger and drop to a knee, and I look up at him. You killed my brother! And I just go at him with the lightsaber.
All right. Go ahead and roll. But I forgot to tell you this before. Your attacks against him should be upgraded once. So that is 1 red, 1 purple. And heck, let's have some fun. Let's make it just 2 reds as I flip another dark side point.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm gonna flip a point right back. Just send that right back to you to upgrade mine as well.
Beautiful.
1 success, 1 threat.
1 success, 1 threat. Go ahead and tell me what's your damage, Heather?
Oh boy.
Sorry.
My damage is gonna be 5 armor defeating. So there is a very, very, up until this point, my lightsaber had always been in my left hand, held with an overhand grip, and I just sort of like flip it to my right and take a swing at him. The first time that I've ever used a lightsaber offensively thus far. And it's not elegant at all. It is nothing that we have ever gone over in train. It is just like the largest swing possible at this man.
Everybody but Utambu is frozen on the stream.
Okay. That happens sometimes. We should all be back.
You'll never catch me, bad internet.
Hey.
Beautiful. So you strike up with your lightsaber and it slashes against his arm, the same place that you see the bare scorch from your blaster bolt. There's a little cauterized gash on his arm now where you struck him. And as he smiles down at you, I'm going to spend your threat for you.
Yep.
Your brother is dead. Meet my pet.
Yeah.
And his eyes are now looking behind you. Do you follow his gaze?
Yes.
Laura turns around and sees standing before her a man that looks very much like Laura, but with a mustache. I'm sorry. No, I should make this a serious moment. I should not go into that.
Can't
take
let
that
the
again.
memes be dreams. It's canon.
All
But
right.
they're it's two little red lightsabers.
We're going to reset. We're going to rewind, pause for edit,
Back to 1.
and go.
That's more
Laura
feeling.
turns Laura slowly turns around, following the eyes of this Zabrak. And you see a man standing behind you with blonde streaked brown hair down to his shoulders, matted in places around his head. You see a jumpsuit with scorch marks all over it, and you see a face that is stained with blood. Dark red streaks crease his forehead and his cheeks and course down his neck as he stares at you, seething with rage.
You know what to do.
And Kip lunges at Laura. We're going to cut back to Rendul Utambu and Kanan.
How long has it been at this
As-
point since, like... Oh, sorry. Good.
You tell me. How long are you letting it be? You've had some fights, you've had some wine. Pig has been decorated, and Utambu is recovering as Kanan is being relegated to hero status among the core rats. People are giving him drink after drink. People are coming up and slapping you on the back. They want you to tell them all about the different things you've done as a Jedi, what your greatest fights were. They're so impressed that you took out Pig. I mean, you guys tell me, how much time is elapsing? What are you doing?
I think if it's been, like... Because this was a spectacle and crazy shit's going down. I think, like, after the hero worshipping goes on for a bit, and then Kanan doesn't notice Laura, there's going to be some suspicion creeping in, because, like, we've not been subtle at all. And, like, you know, where is she?
Good question. So, I mean, if that's creeping into Kanan's head, what's he doing about it?
He's going to look and see what the others are up to at the moment.
I feel like that Rendul and Utambu have, kind of finished their conversation. I'm probably chatting with Kadal.
Utambu kind of found like a moment away from the party to kind of recenter himself, and so he's like just like cross-legged on a bench out of the way, just reaching out, feeling everyone there at the party and his own thoughts.
And as you do that, Utambu, you are stretching out and feeling the party around you. The pulse of the music, the hum of the gang members as they celebrate with one another, the excitement that they feel. You feel it all. But over all of it, you feel a cloud starting to gather. You feel something stirring. Your vision falls away. No, actually, I think as your eyes are closed, you see darkness, the darkness of having your eyes closed. That's the thing. You see amidst the darkness a red light starting to emerge. Something starts to creep over you, something that could be described as a disturbance. And at the same moment, Kadal is talking to Rendul, and she is smiling. Probably the first time you've seen her smile this entire time. Rev, I'm going to put this on you. What did Rendul talk about or say that warmed Kadal?
I think it was talking about this idea that I spoke about out of character at the very beginning, that I had such a solid idea of what it was I was meant to do, to come here and stay here and defend this place, and how encountering her and seeing how she thought she was meant to do one thing, and a conversation with us made it possible for her to make a change, and that seeing that things aren't necessarily laid out the way we believe they are, and how when we were out in the town proper, I felt something pulling at the corner of my mind, and I don't know what it is, but I almost feel multiple things just tugging, and so I suddenly have this thought of, maybe I'm not supposed to defend the library, maybe I'm supposed to help fill it.
Damn you, I want to have this conversation. So
No.
Was that good roleplay?
Roll credits. End of episode.
So she I'm going to go ahead and say, yeah, she smiles at you as you're saying all of this, and you're describing how you're feeling, and she says, it is unexpected. I have never heard someone talk in such a way about the Force and destiny. My
Yeah, here we go.
didn't even mean to do it.
Gotta have one.
Missed it.
Gotta have one, guys.
About the Force and what we are meant to do. I have always been taught that the destiny that we shape, the destiny that we have, is what is put before us, but you're the first to ever show me that it might be something more. I could even see myself, and she pauses, and the smile disappears from her face as she falters and stumbles for a moment. I feel something. There is a disturbance. And she looks up, and at that moment, Utambu, you open your eyes, and your eyes lock with her face.
What is that? That light. And he's gonna
look over to like he's like looking at Kadal kind of for answers. I feel something. I have never felt or seen anything like this before.
It's almost like an awakening. Something is happening. Something very, very dark.
Boy, I think it's at that moment that like something very dark is happening. Like Kanan was saying, that realization that we have not seen Laura all evening. Like just that I've been in this. I won't go into this whole story, but I took a group of students to China, and the person
Rendell
who
or you?
was I did, and the
Rendell.
person who was our guide told us that we had to be very careful with our redheaded student because she was very likely to get kidnapped because it was a very sought after quality. And all of the students had dispersed at that time in this hugely crowded place. And like he said that, and you could see like all three of the teachers went, and we just went out into the crowd. And so it's like that moment of like there's something wrong, and just realizing that we haven't seen this person in a while. And I think I shout over to Kanan to ask if he has seen her, because we've spent the majority of the evening in different parts.
No, not here. I've been busy with this. You guys not seen him either?
Just being fawned over. Utamu's gonna
Maybe he's been here, man.
pull out his communicator because he knows she always has hers on her. Laura, how do you work these goddamn? What? Is red outgoing or green? She's the one that teaches me these things.
Utambu, my man. My guy.
What? It's an ebony berry, okay? Come on. It has this sliding thing and the little buttons.
I think you've got to put the batteries in the other way around.
What?
Try putting in password where it asks for your password. It works most of the time.
Who would put that in? That is silly. But my password is I love the Force 123. Come on.
Okay, well, you're not supposed to say it.
You cut to three Shudder fans just writing something
Right.
down here.
Utambu, we got to talk, but not right now. Where is she?
Yeah, he's calling on the communicator. And,
Nothing's happening.
and like at that, like as it like the like line just doesn't even connect. That's when he like looks up and looks directly at Rendell. There's something very wrong. And he's knowing that Kadal is much more adept in reaching out through the Force and feeling and seeing others. He's gonna look at her. Please, you have to tell us where she is. I cannot see her, but you can.
I will try. And she raises a hand to her temple. Now we're going to cut back over to Laura real quick. So, Laura, as Kip is diving at you, arms outstretched, you feel something tugging at your mind, as if someone is knocking or trying to find you. Now, I know you have the power to negate this if you want. You don't know who it is. You don't know what's happening. But all of a sudden, as this is happening around you, you feel something else tugging at you. What do you want to do?
Oh. I don't know what this is. So I'm going to try to resist it.
Okay. Roll slippery minded.
Sure. For those playing at home, Slippery Minded is a unique feature for the Shadow, where if under the effects of a force power, I can make a check to immediately end the effect of that power.
Wow. Rip.
That's fucking sick.
Yeah.
Oh, you're doing that? No, you're not.
Let's see, and that is a
One light side.
perception
No.
check.
That is a hard deception check.
Sure, that's one success.
All right. Beautiful. In that case, you shrug this off as Kip comes toward you. And he is going to lash out with his fist straight toward your face.
I'm gonna take the dodge action to upgrade the difficulty of that.
All right. Ooh, okay then. That just leaves him with one failure.
Hmm.
So his fist comes flying towards you. And it's like that scene in every single movie where your head just turns and it goes straight past your face. And I think, well, no, why don't you just tell me? What's the look on Laura's face right now?
It is a mixture of relief that the person that she loved and mourned and was coming here to avenge is alive. Immediately overshadowed by horror, seeing her brother stand there, but it's not him. She doesn't recognize him, and he doesn't seem to recognize her. It's grief again in a different way.
All right. Well, as all this is running through your head, it's your move. What do you want to do?
I look at Fien. What did you do to him?
The question is, what will he do to you? Or will you do it to him?
I want
As
to.
he said,
Yeah,
go ahead. I was just going to say, as you two exchange this, Kip just lashes out again and you dodge it. This is all same attack maneuver.
So as he's lashing out at me, I want to spend one of my actions to pull out my binders, and I want to try to restrain Kip.
This is going to be a brawl check.
That'll go well. Do I have any more light side points that I can flip?
Yes, you do.
Hell yeah, I'm gonna flip one. All right, what's the difficulty of this check?
So brawl checks in combat are always average, but since you're specifically trying to restrain him with binders and he is lashing out at you, I'm going to give you a setback die on this as well. So 2 purple, 1 black.
Yeah, okay. 1 advantage, 2 failures.
Any ideas for your advantage?
The binders aren't on you.
I maintain hold of this equipment.
Awesome. Okay, so yeah, you hold on to it. As you try and grab him and get the binders on him, he is just moving too fast for you, and You manage to trip him as you do so, and he kind of rolls over you and lands a few feet away from you. And you both are on your feet again, staring one another down. You have the binders in your in your hands, and you just hear a ever the pacifists, morons. And you hear a chung 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 as something clatters to the ground in front of Kip. You look down and you see a vibroblade that he reaches down and picks up for lunging at you again.
Dodge. Upgrade the difficulty.
Pikachu?
Difficulty is upgraded. Leaves him with one advantage, and that is it.
God.
So he is going to spend that advantage on himself. He will get a boost on his next attack as he swings at you and you dodge out of the way, but he catches you on your boot. It is not enough to hurt you, but it is enough to throw you off balance and give him an advantage on the next attack. It is your move.
Is the Zabrak still in the room?
Oh yeah, he's watching.
Yeah, I roll away from Kip and I just charge at him with my lightsaber.
All right. Roll to attack. That is one purple, one red.
One success, 3 threats.
What?
Okay.
Ah.
So, what's your damage?
5.
Okay. So you deal damage to him. You again nick him on the arm with your lightsaber. This time you cut a little bit deeper, but as you do so, he reactively knees you in the stomach. You get the wind knocked out of you as you fall prone to the ground.
Yep.
Smart. Don't fight the beast, fight the master.
But as he says that, you hear footsteps behind you, and your eyes turn to see Kip coming over and raising the vibroblade to strike down in a downward motion.
Dodge.
You dodge. And fuck. Oh, I'm sorry. I guess it doesn't matter. Use my potty mouth, but that is all of 5 advantages. Rolled no successes, no failures, just
Dude,
5 advantage.
Sith
guys, if I
Lord.
cross my fingers anymore, I'm gonna break them. Like,
Sith Lord. More like shit Lord. Take his ass down, Laura.
don't do that.
So I'm going to spend these advantages. As the vibroblade comes down, you dodge out of the way, and it does not hit you, but it strikes through your clothing. Catches you right on the side and pins you to that spot on the ground. It's your move. You cannot move away.
I look at Kip. I love you. I'm not going to hurt you.
Okay. Roll a charm check.
Andrew.
3 purple. And
That's
roll
your
a
question.
force die as well.
Okay.
Can I ask a question, Andrew?
Yes.
How many good karma points would it take for the Force to grant him a brief moment of repose from whatever's brainwashing him so he can hear this? How much does the Force have to, like, let go from him to let him hear the words?
You can flip a force point to give Laura a boost here.
Yeah. Nope, she's gonna get stomped in a straight up fight, so she needs something.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. Doing better than all of us.
So what's the difficulty of that check? 3?
Yeah, fair.
3 purple.
Okay. One success. That's my cat. Hi. 1 dark side.
Apparently we're
You s-
frozen.
It happens sometimes.
I think it's probably my fault that we're frozen.
It's okay.
Hmm. So, his eyes clear for a second. The blood streaks, or the bloodshot whites of his eyes dissipate a little bit. And you see a tear escape the corner of his eye and roll down his cheek. Then you hear a voice say, "Enough of this." And a foot comes flying out at your head, Laura.
I don't dodge it. I'm just staring at Kip.
This is not mood music. That's my phone ringing that I forgot to mute before this session. The foot connects with your head, dealing 6 points of damage,
That exceeds my wound threshold.
and you drop unconscious. Everything goes black, and we cut back to Utambu, Rendul, and Kanan, and Kidal. Something is very wrong here. I cannot sense her. I cannot connect to her.
Let me try something. And I think I place a hand on her shoulder and close my eyes. And I want to try to use my new force power, which is called Seek. And what this does is I can roll the force, and it gives me this force user uses the force to lead their way to something lost or forgotten. The user may spend 2 force points to gain insight into the general location or direction of a person or object that they know about, regardless of current distance.
Roll well.
Yep.
Oof.
Rev,
Mm-hmm.
before you roll it,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Kadal turns her head towards you, and
places a hand on her shoulder. Upgrade your pool by 1.
Does she have ebb and flow? Sorry.
She's amazing. She's got everything.
Ah.
She's got.
The
She's
gamer
got
and
all
Rev
the
just
toys.
got to the top.
3
mean,
light
that's what,
side points.
Wait, my man, my man.
And I can spend that additional light side point. I have taken magnitude, which gives me an additional detail per magnitude upgrade to this person's location.
Hell yeah.
All right. So that was the general vicinity. Read me the
Yeah.
beginning part again one more time.
The user may spend 2 light or dark side points to gain insight into the general location or direction of a person or object that he knows about, regardless of the current distance. And then the upgrade is spend 1 light or dark to gain an additional detail per magnitude upgrade purchased.
Okay. Well, in that case, your vision turns into a cloud all around you as you see that cloud part and the body of Laura on the ground, surrounded by the hazy blue lights of Hollow Records. Her eyes go from open to closed, and you recognize this location as a Jedi archive room. I'm sorry, a Jedi library.
My eyes snap open. We don't have 2 days. She's unconscious in the library.
And you say that. And the light around you turns from white to orange. Everything around you suddenly feels like it's going from hot to cold and back again. A static charge seems to permeate the air, making all of your hairs stand on end. You see her once again, and you see, standing over her, is Kip. Everything fades. You're once again with your companions.
It's her brother. They did something to her brother.
They've got her. Right?
Yeah.
We can't wait. We have to act now.
Whatever you decide, I am with you.
Jake,
Yeah.
how do your people fight after they've had a few?
Or even better.
That's what I like to hear. Core rats, we're moving out tonight.
A cheer erupts through the warehouse, and we see Shadrafan, humans, the whole gang running to their weapons. But this scene fades out, and we fade in once again on the face of Laura Solaris. Your eyes snap open, and uncomfortably close to your face is that of this Zabrak. You should have listened when I told you he was dead. Lucky for you, there's enough spots in my kennel for 2. End of session.
I was hoping you were gonna spit on him, Kim. I was hoping Laura was gonna be like, that would have been it.
She does that, and he just forces it. It just goes.
Because you're a wet willy.
Oh,
Oh, no.
my gosh.
Well,
That was fun.
This
Yeah.
amazing.
guys, look on the bright side.
Because you're no longer in the light side.
Yeah, no, I'm
Mm.
trying to think of a bright side. Few are coming to mind.
You're a hero. You're a
Yeah.
hero. There you
Yeah.
go.
You utterly
yeah.
humiliated a man.
Yeah.
Oh
Ah.
my goodness. Wow. So first of all, some thank yous. Thank you to our new followers, Mr. Turtle K, Jade They Them, and King Arthur of Gods. Thank you, Lore Merchant, for the gift sub as well as the bits. He was saying he was cheering for you, Andrew, saying mad props from one
Aw.
GM to another. And thank you, Jax, for the resub. Happy 18 months. Oh my goodness. Everyone go around the table. Oh gosh. Amanda, I am a T-Rex, sniping me with 2 additional gift subs right under the wire.
Yeah.
Thank you. This amazing cast, please go ahead and briefly let people know where they can find you and follow you.
Hi, everybody. I'm Andrew Mours. You can find me at Andrew Mours on Twitter, at Andrew G. Mours on Instagram. And hey, I actually have something to promote that I've been forgetting every single time we've played this game. You can also hear the dulcet tones of my voice on an upcoming episode of the podcast, Georgie Romero is Done For.
Nice.
Episode 7 coming out soon. Check it out.
Sick.
I'm Will. You can find me basically everywhere as Lap Analysis, because, well, hey. Check out the Where We Haunt Now podcast. You can hear me in a few other episodes doing some stuff. I'm there. I'm there being sneaky. And also check out Scroll and Dagger podcasts, who will be doing things in the nearish future. Cool.
Hi, still Percy Davis. Still can find me on Twitter at Big Percy Universe. See me wrestle on independentwrestling.tv or Fight TV, all the other fun stuff. Also, never forget, any day that you wake up, that's living life to the fullest. And I'm glad you're doing it.
And I am Rev Deshane. You can find me at Rev Deshane on Twitter. And I know that Kim's probably got a laundry list of things she's going to go through, but I am going to mention one thing. Those of you who are still here, do you want a little secret? I know sometimes we give secrets at the end of these shows for those who are still here.
I want a secret.
I know you do. Kim always wants a secret. The answer is never no for Kim. So, mark your calendar. January 16th, okay? In an attempt to, well, honestly, to have a little work-life separation. The Crit Show is moving out of the recording studio in my home and into a new recording studio. It is 2 office spaces combined. And we had some folks give us the idea that we should do like a little, what we're calling a bake sale. So Sunday, January 16th, we are going to do a all-day stream. It is going to be filled with a bunch of different games, a bunch of different people, a bunch of different giveaways. And as we do it, we're going to have an option for you to make a donation to help us build some things in this new space. For example, one of the top goals is going to be a new streaming PC so that we can stream some VR games from our new space. So we're going to have a bunch of incentives. We're going to have a wall that we will paint and put the names of everybody who donates on them. So your name will always be in there as long as we're in that building. You may donate and Jake may name his chair the Kim Dalton Memorial Chair if Kim was the one to donate him past that area.
Or like the
I don't know
Laura
why
Solaris
What
Memorial
happened to
Chair.
them? Yeah.
So yes, that will be on Sunday,
She's dead.
January 16th. We will send a schedule out for that relatively soon. so you can get a sense of what all we're going to be doing throughout the day. We're going to try to kind of jump around like every hour and do some different things. So we hope to see you there.
I am so excited. Congratulations on the move. That's a huge
Thanks.
step, and one that that we've been trying to work towards for a while now.
Yeah. It'll be probably good for my health to have some work-life separation.
Yeah. She says, streaming from her bedroom.
I won't be able to take part in it because I'll be fighting an Amish man that night. Sorry.
Well, that's fair.
I won't be able to take
Listen.
part in it because I'm in a different time zone.
Incredible. Oh, you all were introducing yourselves, right? I'm Kim. You can find me on Twitter at Kim_Dalton, or at The Crit Show, where I live and breathe. The Crit Show is an actual play podcast that plays Monster of the Week and other Powered by the Apocalypse games and just indie games in general. New episodes every Wednesday. Please, especially if you are following the show, on the January 5th episode, we're going to be announcing a bunch of changes to our Patreon in terms of like new goals, additional tiers, maybe additional founders spots. You never know. So go ahead and please keep your ears peeled for the announcements that will be incoming on January 5th. A bunch of new exciting stuff coming to our Patreon that we're very excited about. Let's see. Stream schedule. Pretty light because there is a holiday coming up. So we will see you next Monday, the 27th at 8 p.m. Eastern for episode 7 of the Omniverse Chronicles, Star Wars, Force, and Destiny, with myself and all of these lovely people here. And then the very next day, Tuesday, the 28th at 8 p.m. Eastern, will be our December AMA. For the first time in a long time, we have the entire Crit Show cast. Is
we're
all
gonna be there.
We're all gonna be present for the AMA. We're probably gonna play some Jackbox, which I'm very excited. It's been a while since we've done that on stream.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And so I'm super, super excited for that. Let's see. If you missed any of this episode, or if you just want to rewatch my expressions throughout the core rap fight, you can find this episode on our YouTube channel, which is going to be at youtube.com/thecritshow. This episode will be going up there Thursday morning, and you can also just give us a subscribe and check out the other videos that we have on that channel, including previous episodes of Star Wars, Force, and Destiny, previous episodes of every Omniverse Chronicles that we've done. That's I Hunt, that's Masks, that's Crossroads Carnival, that's Afterlife Wandering Souls, assorted one-page RPG one-shots that we've done that are also on that channel, plus some video game Let's Plays. Lots of stuff over there. If you ever miss seeing our faces or hearing our voices, you can get a lot of that on our YouTube channel. Let's see. We have some new merch in our store. If you are not aware of it, we've got some very, very cool game mats, some Crit Crew specific merch, some beanies and shirts. We have an IPT staff shirt, which is very cool, plus some gift cards. So if you want to give a gift to a Crit Crew member in your life, but you don't know their size, just go ahead and slide them a gift card. It's a wonderful gift. And you can find that at thecritshowpodcast.com/merch. One more announcement. Thank you all for bearing with me. We are in the presence of a finalist in the Audioverse Awards right now. Rev has been nominated for Best Player Direction in the Audioverse Awards for his work on The Crit Show, as well as 3 members of the Crit cast. Jake, Megan, and Tass are all up for Best Player in an improvised production. Voting just opened yesterday, so if you want to go ahead and give the Crit cast some love, you can head on over to audioverseawards.net/vote and go ahead and give Rev, Jake, Tass, and Megan all of your love and all of your votes, and we really appreciate all of the work that it took to get us even nominated. We are in the running with some very big fish.
Oh boy. Yeah. I believe that Jake is up against Jeff Goldblum.
No pressure.
Jeez. Wow.
Yeah.
And so
that's something.
And so
it's
voting
like
for that,
me and the guy from the Magnus Archives.
Yeah.
Like, okay, well, we're kind of punching out of our weight class, but here we are.
It's true, but the Crit
That's
Crew, we are
great.
small, but we are mighty.
Yes.
So let's see if we can suplex the train that is the Audioverse Awards. So voting for that is open until January 1st. So you've got some time to get your votes in, but you might as well do it now that you're thinking about it. I think that is it.
Oh God, that's like 11 days from now.
It's 11
Good
days
Lord.
from now. It's coming up. Thanks everybody for hanging out. We will see you next week for episode 7. Thanks for joining us. Have a good night.